Hello everybody, welcome to Vivid Collectibles. My name is Danny, and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the XM Studios Nightwing from the Samurai line. To save a little time, I'm going to get right into this review. Now, I got this about a month ago, so I've had a little time to sort of digest it and go over the statue. And over that time period, I've realized it's not much to complain about. It's probably as close to a perfect statue as you're going to get, from concept to sculpt, paint, and then the way it fits. Plus, you get a lot of switch outs. So, for those of you not familiar with this character, this is Dick Grayson. He's one of the Robins. He becomes Nightwing. He's a martial artist. He's a high-tech kind of guy. And this pretty much encompasses all that. He's agile because his family's from a circus. So, it shows you everything. Agility, martial arts, and also the high-tech element of this as well. And they captured it. Now, this is basically something they kind of made up. Their Samurai line. It's not from a real DC storyline or a comic book, but that just gives them a little more freedom to kind of do what they want. So let's get right into this. He's standing on a crumbled Japanese temple. Now, I did a little research, and there's a symbol on this part here. It's got like the symbol of the God of War, the Japanese God of War. The name escapes me, so I'm assuming that's what this took place. So it's a toppled building. He's standing on top of the shoulders of this, presumably like some sort of demon statue, right? And everything's done really well. There's a lot of great details, textures, colors that go into this base. And the colors are sort of like flat. And it's good because it really lets him shine. So we have some wooden columns that are basically filled with concrete. They're busted up. They're painted red. The wood looks really good. And then the inside, you can see the concrete. Well done, just like they've been doing with all of this line. Let me just spin this around so you guys get a good look at it. Let's slow it down a bit. And, you know, the concrete looks good. It's broken up. It's got good textures. It's got all these different breakages, cracks, and it looks very natural, like something that actually really did happen. And then this is, I would assume, like mud. And that looks good. It looks pretty natural. Almost kind of melted in some areas, if you will. It's hard to describe things. And then the wood looks terrific. You have this like designs here, this metal design. That's where that God of War symbol is. It's very cool. The statue that he's standing on is really detailed. For something that's just basically concrete, the way they did all the cracks and all the chips from it breaking, his face has a ton of detail. The teeth are good. The hair looks great. He's got this horn in the middle. A lot of detail went into this base. The colors were a little bit, like I said, muted, but that's to make him stand out. But the base is great. Not a big base. It doesn't take up a lot of space, which as a collector, I really, really appreciate that because I'm sort of running low on that. So as you continue to move up, his costume is a mixture of samurai and futuristic high tech. And it looks great. The color schemes are awesome. We're going to start obviously with the boots. They almost look like open-toe sandals. It's got it's armored basically, right? So you have a boot, and then all around the boot is these armor plates. They're like a brushed aluminum. You can see where everything buckles together, which is really good. Has some nice black textured black here, right? And then all of the armoring looks great. You have a little gold there. It looks terrific. I love the way they layer the armor. It looks like it's really there. It's not just a flat paint job. The sculpt is really good on this. So everything stands out. And then you have all the gold trim all around the armor. It looks fantastic. As you move up, he has like basically covers over his pantsuit, right? So it looks like he's wearing an undersuit. It's like a jade green and like a gloss black. It almost looks padded. But over that, you have all this armor, right? So here, it looks like pants or something like waders if you fish that get clipped onto his belt. And you can see where the clip's going. They're gold and silver. And it's just a really nice look to it. It looks layered. It looks great. It looks natural. They did an incredible job here. And then you have basically his Nightwing symbol in front of the pants, right? In like a steel blue. And what they did with the symbol is they combined it into three, right? So it's a tri-symbol. It looks great. So it continues with the same Nightwing symbol throughout the costume. It looks really good. I love the steel blue they went with. It's shiny. It really, really pops next to the black and that jade green that you see underneath. On his thighs, he's got this like metal armor, which looks cool too. And then you have these kunai blades that basically just magnetize right on there. I love the way they did that. You can't see the magnets. Looks very good, very natural. You continue to move up his costume. You have this really cool belt. The buckle is the Nightwing symbol and like a brushed aluminum as well. And then you see there all the clips where everything clips into, including a couple of pouches that he has along the belt line as well. Nicely done. We'll continue moving up. You see basically his rib cage and all that. It's almost like an armor vest, right? Because you can see where it clips in. You see the straps and then the way they clip in right here. It looks fantastic. It looks very natural because of the way it was sculpted. It's just really, really good. I love the way they did this. And then on the back you have this same thing, right? The silver armor and then that matted black textured. Looks terrific. Just really lined with that beautiful blue and the golds throughout. It really looks good in person. I hope it's picking up on the camera. Then you move up a little bit more and you have his gloves. They're jade green. It's like a whole bodysuit, and then the armor goes all over that, which looks very good. And then he's got these almost blades on the gauntlets. He's got 6 blades on this gauntlet, 6 blades on this gauntlet. He's got shoulder pads. They're also armored. Also the same blades, a la Batman style, almost like Shredder. Everything looks good. Looks natural. It looks like it really belongs there. And the paintwork on this thing is spotless. I mean, the paint applications, there's no paint bleed. You can see the highlights of blue throughout the blacks. Really just a spot-on paint job. This is as close to a perfect statue as you're going to get. XM did an incredible job with this. The whole Samurai line is really good. And then you get a lot of switch outs. So I went with the bow and arrow setup, and this is a futuristic looking bow and arrow. Like I said, he's into technology. He's a high-tech kind of guy. So this is a high-tech bow and arrow. It looks really good, very natural. And I just like the way it looks with the bow and arrow. And then the quiver's in the back. It's not a big quiver. It's medium size, but it looks very high-tech. Painted well, sculpted beautifully. These arrows are individual. You can put them in or take them out. I think I have an extra one that I'm not using in the box because it doesn't fit. It's a little bit tight. His portraits are also a standout. Very good paintwork on the skin tones for his unmasked portrait. And then you have his eye mask. That's beautiful as well. That's like a silver, brushed silver again. The ends of it make up his symbol in that steel blue. That's really good. And it's lined, basically all that gold piping throughout. It looks phenomenal. His eyes are gold. Right, so it looks fantastic. The hair looks good. You can see every strand. It's black with hints of blue, and then that ponytail. It looks great. Really, there's not, like I said, there's not a lot to complain about here. Other than maybe there's a lot of switch outs, and it can be a little confusing as to what to use, but that's not a bad thing, right? Choices are good. The problem is storing everything. So he comes with all these switch outs. I'm not going to switch them out to save time. I might switch out the portraits so you can get a good look at it, right? So you have the tonfas, which is like traditionally a ninja weapon, but they're also used by samurai. Apparently samurai were ninjas and vice versa. So you can go with that look if you want to go with the tonfas, which is more like a ninja. And then you have his left arm switch out that has this kunai blade that are also littered throughout his body. That looks fantastic. And then if you don't want to have the bow and arrow set up here, you can simply go with this standard hand. He's posing in some sort of athletic martial arts pose. Looks very good. The 3 portraits are really good as well, especially the wolf mask one. I love that one. But I didn't think I was going to like this high-tech one. It's almost RoboCop looking, but they executed it very well. So he's got this RoboCop like cover here, and it's gold, but as you look in the middle, it's got some sort of design, some sort of Japanese writing here as well. And then they added hints of that blue that's throughout the costume. It looks really good. And then, of course, his ponytail. That's in everything. Looks great. He's got no expression here. Very, very serious. But very, very nicely done. I'll put it on just so you get a look at it. It looks good with whatever setup. I don't know that I'm going to use it, but I do like it. I think it looks good. And then we have the wolf mask, Robin. This one's phenomenal. Again, that same silver, the brushed silver that's throughout, along with the baby blues. You have some golds on it, lining it, the ears, some textures there. Right, it looks like he's got some cartridges so he can breathe without breathing in all the fumes. It looks phenomenal. Really, again, the eyes golden, a lot of detail. Really, really cool. Very Japanese samurai inspired. So this is a short review. I don't want to take up too much time, but really my overall thoughts are from concept, paint, sculpt, and the way everything just fits right. I didn't struggle with anything on this statue. So far out of the three that I have, this is easily the best executed as an overall package. So it's the best in terms of its overall package for me. Not my favorite character, but I can appreciate the way that they pulled this off. So again, beautiful statue, well worth it. Not my favorite character, but definitely one of the nicest statues that I have. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you once again. If you have any comments, leave them, questions, whatever. I'm going to be doing some more videos over the next couple of weeks, as I did get some really nice statues that I do want to review. One being the XM Predator King, Prime 1 Sonya, Red Sonya, fighting that big snake. And then I have the Thanos from the Endgame behind me. These are some of the statues I just haven't been able to review. So thanks for watching. Till next time, guys.